yen encourage no na odwane. There are numerous times I do almost hospitals now. You want securities, no. Obi twam na omo say omo adan na show mo sachi aro. Omo the bishop sachi omo ma drip. Omo
Canula no.
Say bishop hona say o say na say ba yenyi no. Ti mani mpia bonti mani nyese. Ya me never odwane the call just enye ne pe say the make but say anwode ni hu a they will be compelled to do the evil. Ebiem low cost medical and medication, no. So yetimi ya encourage patients and also to adhere to their prescriptions. Because now the Bible say in right no do one and watimi ato.
Okay.
The actual say one what obetimi anom ne say sefata ama na ho odni ne say na pom bi open ne say timi aka.
Exactly.
But you see you are back here before some call the other point son. There is one key thing that I want to prompt to the government. You see, just over the weekend, World Bank Country Director Mayati said the poverty level again higher worms is it's exceeding. Outrageous. I said, meaning one of the list was going to buy one insights. Good. At the buy. Now, my member in kind of get to heavy. And so, was say the World Bank Country Director has disclosed that the impact of galloping inflation in 2022 on general living standards, especially among the vulnerable segment of the society. He stated that the number of Ghanaians living in extreme poverty had increased since last year, with more than 1/4 of the population presently living in poverty. It is from last year, our inflation diminicated. Now we are about 40%. Yeko. So what me wan ka tell say e de ohia ne anwo kire abagana for do do na so amenipa ne kana e poverty level no abo ho enan e ko nanim dia. Then what it means is that this policy for calling on government should be done as soon as possible to mitigate that challenge now about because of government negligence or government because poverty, that inflation they can net memfo na dia ko do. E amount to you I want to year and dia ko do inflation. E dia ko do the level. So about to be born modern and the bad from aka yen ko do some enina so no. So once we are there now, na say na be here say we need to have such a policy to bring medications ne board down there. Then government should as soon as possible take that steps. Say the baby maximum for now I could that ohia and pepper so no everything afford medical care. If not, we are going to experience so many people are going to die just because what you want to do. What you want to do. And yeah, can say been penny careful na come madam pan. Yeah, can say no boarding and for that reason no want to have banting to and mobile man about form no. Now you are prompting and going to the health sector. Man are now calling for their numbers to be increased. Especially those in the the doctor's field. And cause it is good, but you see, yeah.
Yes, Lord.
Another point and so you said the behavior some of them put up when you appeared, so occupy the way some of them treat patients. Yeah, no.
No, so for papa.
For and was it? But we see the point is that sometimes we depend on the condition of woman. You own free aim could be you are never sanity. And you are there to serve people. But sometimes the way they treat patients, yeah. My experience be.
That's an answer. I'm the patients right chat and money I did and your master. Won't say never who, but first, not a consulting room to bones and never. Now you have the right to ask. Oh, quarter hotel, near the hotel, than you say. Properties then the one, you're labo. And nearly yard, but it's Mamma. What you about a demo on a Sunday consulting room, then also being kind. Oh, by any person in marketing. Okay.
Do you know who you say yes? I'm being a quality so as to be a person and one picture that's all.
Okay.
But as soon as some out goes well,
okay.
Because we are to my illiteracy very as soon and anybody do good. Anybody don't want to mean can any that was so one with me who I can kind. It is also the Italian wire, one way who wants one man could was on Edwards and one way at me can. If you ponua, they can read. But it becomes an oversight. That's what but one pay attention to the condition. They want to not also that all down. So I'm into practicality. Say, wo na wo dey abobo no wo so person me hu but the opposite me hu no me hu because e ade asa wo yema me say wo just ya e ade so bad dey patient ebe to am wo mu ntina wo say wo obi nyare ma hospital nka there's no need for any nurse or any doctor. But because obi ba yare abantia. But obi yare ba bedru wona se nba kono so ye scientist no obra o yare nimu a. Enhwe. I don't want to cite certain centers and when we are going to general advice. They should be careful and treat patients with respect. My last point, yes, government support. Said they're not Penino, what's your friend?
Professor P.K. Nyame.
P.K. Nyame.
Honorary chairman, medical and
medical, yeah, in dental council, yes. I'm going to say, Nicole said, your mom support. The local industries need support. Now, when me more on imports. No, it's very important, and I think say on that ground I'll commend the John Dramani Mahama government in the sense during 2016.
As a Mahama government, no more here say. And if I previously can win. Well, there's no one government at a time.
No, but so be any because John Dramani Mahama government is a past government. What do I say? I'll commend them because somewhere January 2016, this was published by CTFM online. It's a government gives local drug manufacturing companies $26 million to expand. $26 million. Now buying the NDC government then. At the local manufacturing companies are Ghana.
I know so impact
impact by companies are benefiting NS Chemists Entrance Pharmaceuticals, which is now Tobinco, then Adams and so on. So come on, I didn't can farm.
Now Tobinco.
I mean, Entrance Pharmaceuticals into Tobinco. Woman, I mean, Sikaya, my boy, $26 million, so just to boost their productions and then their work as well. Now, what is this kind of now so boost production? Who's creating employment and so along the line? So that's it. Of course, they may be more important. But I know, sir, once their names are here, they are all watching. If we can't, they can't be in the they can always call in and then dispute it. But it's a fact. I mean, and said they were giving that support and then it boosted their productions and as well as their work. And Nuntino, I'm from the channel to us. So be a binra. To us be. Now they are calling for the same thing. One more I know what that anyway. I mean, by now companies in the Abishim. One more Abishim and support to many moments. I want to know. Not one to me, no be here, Biara. Okay. No bonus in Yaya, no Roman, no bonus in Timim Coffin. Not my phone. I said it after 20 minutes. The 1,000 Ghana, and 1 million be a basson or no more. Now, what does it let me add? Abba.
Thank you. Ben, a doctor friend of mine said, Dr. May says, referral to specific labs, etc., is not always in the interest of the doctor. It's the reliability of the results and the authenticity of the products.
And also to me, no correct.
Okay.
But it does not, it's not mutually exclusive from the fact that some of the doctors have interests.
Okay. That's Farouk Tongwe, sister, yeah, good morning. Please, the pharmacists, the doctors, direct people are the pharmacists, the doctors direct people. Okay. The doctors direct people to the pharmacists that belong to the doctors. So, and some too have some contract with them to direct public medicine to their pharmacies. Hey, and the serious allegation into your boss in kakra okay. My mention one Citizen Francis, let's not be swayed by the misleading propaganda. Ghana forces has not withdrawn from affair. What could possibly motivate the government or the supposed high authorities to pull back the soldiers? How could a member of parliament fabricate such falsehood, all in an attempt to tarnish the government's reputation among the people in the region? Okay, then Immaculate Ivy, the doctors should rather stop the illegal extortion of money from patients on cases which NHIS cover and not blame everything on high costs of drugs. Crespo from Fufu, he says, let's all do our possible best to support the victims of the Akosombo Dam spillage. This is the right time to show love and concern to the affected communities. Andrews Osei Bobie, dear Lord, please forgive me for voting against His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I see. Mad Lion for Radio. Please permit me to add my voice on your topic. We need to implement more health policies to strengthen the nation's health. Therefore, we must ensure that yours and all communities are healthy and thriving, and no one is left behind. Okay. Inti afi yenko yen next topic no eso, that is the spillage. Yenko share spillage in asem noe. Na yenka. More victims cry for more help as conditions worsen. And a Ghana forces say, omo withdraw, omo men bia infi mepe. Lawyer.
Yeah. Na see a video bi so na so jafo kuto page wo mo. Is it canoes of boats was mo can say. Wo mo ade ya mo tatan so ani that. Hu bi na mo left no no mo.
So the statement omo de buy and say bro for no, I think me kai part to me team still that the situation at Mepe at the time was under considerable control.
Did they communicate that to the people?
They went to another community and they mentioned video in our can and they mentioned Bato and its environs.
Many problems.
But
yeah, my point is was that what communication happened about 2 papers of the day. One more one woman here more services no more can say
that was not in their statement, so I can't.
So you see that this is why you create room for people to criticize, I mean chastise you.
Yeah, camera phone we
am creating room and I say mama kwan but that mama for can their own person. In the sense that anybody more man am okay? In so no say we can say be about from me me watching you because me yankasa me nko. But the point is that say about baby afi say be awo we no so hear more than baby events me phone hear more. It's just a communication. The people are there, communicate to them. So the men can was home could do 1 hour was a Friday no. Na North Town, South Town, Central Town, nyina mpani for DCs, MPs, any him for obi bia obi. Did you communicate to such people for them to understand say oh situation say ni say bi no see here more. The bia your number na wa na say bia san ko ntie move akwa na. Who communicate aka we ma. But it's obvious there was that lacuna. That gap no beto was a man can be bia. So they will presume say yes must move yongo. Okay? And sometimes adman na mo ye most mo yen na most mo man no. Most mo man mama I mean communication is very key to any service that anybody is delivering.
Honorable na complaining yanti say nadmo for complaining and I yanti other relief help.
Nadmo for complaining me ha me. Ono na we gina ho na wo complaining. Wo complaining because citizens mo kan say ne consequence
if you say who can say omo communicate and am can say e bia na onu no ma amo na mane but omo ni omo ye adwuma no directly no ma bo ma mane I'm just
I agree but if that was the communication it's happen no that is totally wrong.
All right.
Because we're not just working or serving Nadmo. I mean Nadmo is also delivering a service just like you are delivering a service. So what I say?
Okay.
But one more benefiting from the more year nasa na making. Did you communicate to them? Because some communicating ma omo ku je to bati. There is no way some bibi sa be kwaso no as a sitting member of parliament or war with general grounds no. One thing na say when you say I mean reasonably the leader who is even going to empower the information no will prefer to contact the leadership of the people and not even communicating to the people directly. So what I say? And you know so if that is the case so we move to a different place fair enough but and what to come me some question be say the Ghana Navy or the Ghana forces are anymore. Yeah. Do they have only one or two or three of just distance? And in say ya de ba me nukrom ha e ba adwuma na ya nya anko baby fura ya nya fura enko baby. Is that what they are trying to say? I don't want to believe that because they can't convince me on that ground say machines na mo call was a canoes so then na mo call just 2 or 3 years no mo pija konepe. And that's the entire emphasis in yan no mo dey say ya nya fufuro with another team enko that was your first battle right
battle
and battle
mpachani
okay because unless you sign but you be cut when ma wa haya ni say mo free na mo go be fufuro I mean this is not possible.
All right,
it's not possible so what the almost am be almost can there to me it doesn't add up. At least you say you have enough let's say we got a police service empower your friend saying a marine unit almost with my assistant.
Okay,
it's not just the armed forces are empower what the Navy side. Now Ghana Police Service has a marine unit. Almost in society, almost with my assistant. Marine police.
Okay.
Okay. So the question is that some here the marine police couldn't go there. Never before from a different never say what my water card no one. Same before me any being cobato. But the very people now want a pen and say somebody you with their tools and so on cobato. It's about talk of come on. I mean they should come again. They should come again. We inquire the but on the other hand, maintaining put see one corner and then picture videos nigga crying maybe a woman ya situation is terrible. Terrible. I mean, the health experts and then their physical assets. Yeah, a day in Swan no to roof level. It is where and see, I am providing proper mitigation measures. And then was a super tree. I'm at my phone, but I could not dine and Swan no. Now, no, dear. Some from other point to be what they are, and as a one in the busy.
I say once from a jump to do more in Suye neighbor.
Yeah, and from a jump and from another body, you can't tell where baby and from Mabo because it never be a tiano. Can you November, almost October, my year, because one point Papa. Never. And so, nay, and on a Pawaya, but you would have saying in your red zone. So that is it. So we can't tell where and another became say. And the moment you know I go on board, so that the 1 year baby on fire. So oba nipa misu timi biara, baby the officer you know be we destroy out me nyanwo. And normally in law we call them act of God. And ma see nipa dey say the oye bia ntimi nyanwo they battle. What I say. So the health aspect. Imagine say bit fracture company mo fancha me. Baby ye hu nyina ya say bi wo ha officer dey na say.
Say dey be wo.
So say
enkro
sanity
once say ekro no dey be ho
dey wo ho ehwe pa na sentiasi ensure the health conditions are ebebetire serious o serious and the NADMOS, the Ghana Health Service, VRA, I mean VRA Maka and I've said it here, I know some are very well established and well coordinated institution. If I can ask me ankasa me transaction nyuma aban nyuma kasi okromu ana ma ni for somebody second some na meya. I know them and I've seen how their things are. I think over the weekend I heard someone provided about $20-something million. Do you hear that? So almost we are responsible.
There were we are providing say Ministry of Agri $40 million for farmers. Anyway, I say
okay. It is support me bani nyina ya. Mo man na say yabobo din masikari yabodi we ma 20 we ma 10 we ma 5 na the gun krata so. Let us also look for an alternate say. Yeah, say mo ye metra medibim. 2010 in the so mo the last one. And the 13 years down the line, 2023, sorry. Yatia, can was in Bimune. Now, Sikana Eba, and Nima Yenya from me, and say, Yadiba put up proper measures, sir. Ever must idea was a BB, yes, I'm being damn, be much now. Yematran medicine come we.
All right.
It's very important.
And that's say. Honorable, Yanko.
Me that's say, now, I did yet. Say. You can't rehearse somebody and so lawyer many kakra. First time we had to see Ghana torrential say all fan share kufuado. O kase gina ha say kufuado amem na we that's
na mem pesa me be wura nti we dey ba bia magina na me because kufuado ba we wan do kan anka metisi dey la na papa
we dey share nyankopon we say force major nti e fa do sa na na meti amesisi but I rehearse somebody in fact them say yegyina bi ababeto yakoma so na wo hwe video ya moyi sese ne lawyer king na obi ede ne lifetime savings nyina ya ade ayesa property me fancy papa bi kura bi awako pension na kwa akotran ne kuro apesika kakra ede si den fuwa mienu asemiensa ene yire etimi manyina akwa wade na sese sia sisi what they find. But sani okay lawyer. Adi anyame be ye die. Wo ye ho hwia enye. Ne medical above VR for abaso sani okay is a fact say o metumi manage sadi way up to this point. Yeah, say o ma manage ni sei. Enanka ensuo no etumi bufa dam no so na dam no paia. Anke flood what is it? The whole of them would have been submerged.
Okay, offer could say lawyer 10 million Ghana cedis.
10 million Ghana cedis.
Yes. Very force.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Ebeba bought free one month for so go papa be fa adan ababefa ababesitema. They all go under.
Adan, Edradan.
Edradan.
Oh yes.
Good. But I don't know why I tell me Kasafa South. Also Kwauso. Kwauso South, Kwauso South, the villages were
Submerged. East is your money before no.
Baona was once I heard na wokan. E be ni na e bia trako ho. Ba once I had ase had the ye bie ne se I was see bie madam ne nyina ho ode nti ye bie. Yes, so be.
Enti omo nyina ya
affected. Say na say wo dey no the same.
No, it's your fault.
Debbie.
As you have found the gross, and they believe it.
Me say, my catch.
Nyabotre lawyer. Be ni na ewo
hantia.
If we say your reporter no can prove east. Which is Bruno East Yeji.
Me say.
Reporter ne wo ho. Enti communities ni dia almost say omuti enrem. Which are we chair no. Oma best 7 communities omu ni fietim. Ba won say afa omu ni amanyina. Sana Frederick
ba amanyina. Me first akwanya we so asremu media for me spam chow. Mo man koso don so go hwebi. Because ade a eto Kwawu South for eno na me ni MPD kasa. Oh yes. OPK.
Afam plains ho no.
Ho mu nyina be fase ho.
Okay.
Chese se me no kasa yi. E so opekwa mi so evacuate agro. Unfortunately because abontin no. Odon kasa na ho odin and odi handle na me say yes media for no so mo fen ko no bi ehunu se sei na tie na so asoja for no be ko obi o makọ akọkọ obi ya mi kasa yi bagridam ye mi yo
there be no yet
ye bie bagridam na eno so de ne ife so aso be to so a wan hwe ya bi se VR for mo adwuma ye na so far no they be able to handle themselves very well.
And now said ya okay can you say ye jani nyina ma VR ni nadmon kwa can we say benya emergency relief team bi omobebo
because that team ni nyina wom navy fo wom soldier fo wom nadbu fo wom VR fo nkasa bem
ba wo shete said ya omo ton ho ya na yesi omo fi wa akoba before it means that omo hands ni sa
omo fi wa akoba
and I disagree
yeah
mama omo fi omo say omo fi
Debbie
enough ton ko bato
ye nyina ye kan your friend is many soldier fo bi akasa no president company fo bi akasa no also 48 engineers regiment omo deploy 4 boats mienu e wo mepe ba ko soga kope ba ko standby and navy force deploy 4 boats till in all no 8 boats the call but omo ye adwa way in phases say omo ye have because omo need boats be 100 I be baby at the same time no so omo ye has stabilize I see a ma to the ko baby fansa bato dey okay say beta fracture boat yi bi ni ho so hono and is a boat bi ni ho na say yetumi stabilize me pe am omo say omo tumi save nipa be 12,000 say and over na say bi fa baby o baby a e dey no be e so mo transfer boat
ko na wo he boat na abobo odin no
okay wa mama baby na before dey no wo
okay
but at least o mama 48 engineers there no
pro east na America no mfonyi we am hwe ye pro east e wo bono east region
basuro ye nya bie bagripe pro east ko
hwe pro east na wo hwe no this is pro east
na we are so ga ko pay your friends me pay dey the same so into sure you foul and fan say wo benku na afo na say wo atifu but ya mama come asemi na me dey gina so say asoja for no enye o madwin say omo abandon adwuma no na sabita fracture they are created to safeguard our lives omo adwuma and say omo a friend saying main preoccupation is to ensure say at Toleration BCC they are the first people that we call to come and do what they have to do if I don't more the profile both the both engineers
fashion glasses ne
I got fashion glasses yeah but
me papa
why you say who
na fashion glasses na kan adi ya fe manya ase u de kafa
you see I when you na for me I want but somebody here carry one o me asre so was that one
see me mom
enti me say Ghana for a soldier for nyan wadwe so mo ko
krambo yare asem
a soldier for nyan wadwe so mo ko e good say lady no dey call social media no ko hu ye o twa de buy trigger a certain explanation I mean yin etiase say the lawyer kan yi ye wo MP wo ye wo chief executive wo ye wo aman ahemfo ho say mo ye po na say mo demarcations am aye no may you have no stabilize and what they go before you tell them o ka kire omo a me say obusafo nyira kwan
yeah
enti say I was out to MP n'animu no onu say oh mo ko 100 say bibi ja mo san ba bi mu
what way of communicating
but one kan na say mo kwan a you see ema obi a speculate e kan yope but by and large no enye asojafo no adwen say omo abandon adwuma no asese on boat akwa kosi omo dem
thank you
eye say omo de boat ni ko ba bi foforo omo so ho aka na ebe ya omo akwa kosi bu omo so aka me no ka say na makan me ye sure say so mu tie mi a ene omo be dispatch helicopters ni ade akwa kohwe esro so say sa na hote a ese di boat bi ti ko boat ni makoma hwe a ebe nden ya
me that say Ben
yeah
me tell
me the same Carlos ebetimi atuna studio. I'll be speaking so passionately about Niama AC or the affected areas. Ya near AC woho and near yet. It is totally different.
okay, you have been there. All right.
And about 14 of the islands that have been cut off in the Mafi, Demive area. Yekodruya. One say na natural islands be newo. All of them were submerged.
Yeah, when you not Nimra.
Nani party ho.
Ni party to okay.
Nani party ho. Inti ya sesa omo. Eya omo di omo akogu ebi ewo Adidome. Omo Agric Institute ho. Na ebi wo ho. Okohu omo
serious.
Me say enya Adekye o. Na other communities na enye islands. See, I know na Adane Islands. Yes, see, I know na Adane Islands.
Okay.
Inti ukodru ha ya me say car kwan.
Car kwan yeah.
Car kwan. Car kwan ya eno na see a ye de pantum. Na road signs ana eyi na mode ACC. Oti ase. Road signs no.
Se bia speed ramp ha na dade no.
Ya na ni nyina akofom. Na wonu abobie wo ho. Na ama wo ho.
Okay.
Enra
you sports minister.
That be Bobie and journalist. She yekodru ho. It was so pathetic. Ye de ne afena na ye ko yi.
Oh na o kan wan mo ho.
Onni.
Okay, Ben.
Arise Ghana.
Arise Ghana.
Occupy Ghana.
Various teams ko ye mi hu ababa afela makafu ni team.
That is Obi Banchifo ni o.
Na shoko nsu team.
Obi Banchifo
ni na ogina.
Banchifo.
Na manjiro we ayira.
Banchifo. Na pa nsu afakra mo na obisa me.
Banchifo ni.
Pakra nsu afa no se.
Eduane krampo a bedi ya na oho na chiefs no e ka se. Nia AC no. See, I'm saying so no. They are still yes. Into so no fa infinu be echo. But in the next 2-3 months, in so no receive no anchor no. Ubetimi ehu say the water will be stagnant. And more any other things that have died. More trees nini bibia so asa see yeah and so no engulf.
A proposal for na who no kucha foto. Hey.
We are sitting in
this baby omo wo we no baby I do ma kwotna
yes I hear Messi your friend say Adidome Agric Institute
na Ben obi a wo kom wa na atu okita obanza wo san pra massage ne za
no for safety purposes
no yeah that share video ni people were traumatized
yeah
na mami akura ni so no nya traumatized
o na what mini monwe in term no just watch her and this lady was crying at a point man who if you look
your glasses
yes she was crying
no she glasses
she was crying she didn't know but no
don't let us shift focus
Dabi me see some of the traumatic situation here you could do baby no kwampo no na ma me ni gina ho o say nsuo no ntimi nkomu
yes,
she couldn't go. That's the Accra FM report.
But we are bold to enter into this thing like that.
Yeah.
We want to
Wellington Butana.
Yeah, we wish Wellington, but Michelle Wellington maybe this way.
There be me because na Friday I am putting promise M1 so ninamu.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, they are
West so.
I was so long boot anyway.
Oh yeah, Wellington boot am go. I say we share Wellington boot. Nana ma share Wellington boot. You could do baby no anka say you Wellington boot because Mboa no. Because because nsuo na akomu
because we say we no go da ko to you
asofo mompae
omo said your way
obi church na eda echire ho no that is a church
ma asofo mompae na nsuo ntwetwe ntem yes we hia papa
jai nya sofo
church kura mpo ya wo baby ya baby wo video we that is a main road
so na
main road
go ta no ase
I see
that is main road na obi guest house and
blue ayinu
a green
a guest house a guest house but immediately after this guest house na obi was seen it die fair I suspect say nipa no be a retirement package we then nso na kofa ni nyina so ye di boat no kono you go and then put your hand on the roof
yes
ye di boat ekono odi to me de unsa e de to you know so clearly nuama nkoye and this particular place no na ye the sanitary pass ni emo any so any serious air kwa komom baby a ye kodru ye no we couldn't carry them so we had to leave them by the water side now later boat no be betimi abefa na kakra
the hwe ya boat na nke ya asase pese
ya asase na ya asase
ntese a ukosa mpotem ho a unya asase a obekase ye nam so sa
adoma ba soro na me
so you had some me say baby ana enye islands no say sia eno na age islands now even some of the your friends saying kwaino kotar na ewo ho ya nso no ama kotar na otie mu a otena your friends saying etutu you step on it and then it goes down so I'm just wondering the
car be bath
me share dying beer the water will engulf it for this period na obu wi a if you know
so mu wi sa dan de ombu nya to go because obi kwatrem a e be dangerous
and na usho
and na make an
so these are the challenges conflicting the people eti omo ka say omo pay water treatment tablets because omo water you know the machines pumping machines are all submerged
tina se nyina nya djuma bi
na where the djuma lawyer you are talking about
you cannot even locate it
20 meters above you
cannot locate it into say no ya ye ko du ha no na omo sensuo ene your friend yellow gallons ko 4 gallons
so when we na
be to go
they don't have water
Jesus but you don't even have gas ni ho electricity ni ho edua krampo ni ho onua nso ayeden me say ye ko duru your friend new bakpo bakpa new bakpa
BAKPA
omo wo community bi
okay
it's an island
okay
chief they say when they woke up but for the fact that they saw this thing and omo dwane here in the island
they say it didn't happen at once yes
you understand omo besi ya the whole place is submerged it ohene ne crofo nyina omo wo new bakpa sesia
nti nkomo wo mu krom anka nsuo no befa
afa omo nyina akọ
okay
ya omo nyina abata new bakpa na omo friend new bakpa not because it is a new settlement na eye old bakpa no in 1963 and nsuo yi ebefa omo and then they moved and they have been scattered in that manner. Until 60 years down the line, they are going through this freedom. And there is no end in sight. Yeah? Now, near Ehame, and they say, when you listen to some of the comments, VRA said, Omo said they should evacuate from May. Yeah? Udainio. Uni bibianka ho. No, Biabe Kachiro said you should move. You should move and go and sleep on a tree. Who say this is the danger that will come. What were the temporary arrangements? Camps. Most certain here, and Amokachirem will say, we want you to move to safety at these places.
Yenya baby, amamu for the time
being. You want me, yes, sir. All you came and told us that, oh, mobile yes Spillage, into mobile yes Spillage, you young baby in Cotton. Young Cotton, hefa.
Now you have been my concern.
Yeah, we are human beings.
Not move for no lazy and conform be affected. So not move get us tent. Let's
so see all the reliefs that VRA and Sikano Amode Kono, if they had thought and planned
and use that money for something else.
Yeah, we will not be in this mess. Certainly, American I say we will not be in this mess because we would have planned. You could do and the collection of the chiefs.
What you say maybe they plan just
No,
that
which
it
brands are you talking
exceeded
about?
or more expectation.
Said the water would get to this level.
Omunim said the water will get to this level.
Everybody knows. Even the people who
They say they knew.
Everybody knew.
The people Nipa na no war in 1963 no. How many of them are alive?
No. Well, your argument now won't make no. Me say,
oh mama nkasa.
No, but I miss a question.
That maybe some question.
Abutre.
Maybe some question.
Abutre.
Okay,
also clarification.
That be a question.
Yeah,
maybe that's not clarification. Yeah,
because I'm
so we say ananka watching ni mo wa to our sem so
yeah, that be meaning work kasa waha because unim Carlos. Na no odimeka.
Eh ona boden anka opese.
Come say, o think we know I've got into this mess. Now say mess no be mu dey no person chair. Baby anko ba ko
o say senka
na me kasa no na o man message
muntunko
minche o nipa na o man message
no muntunko inti se very creative tent Emma almost say shelter for the time being enka enye nchen say musi ya border room muntunko.
Yeah, the answer here is very simple. Number one moment when you say very didn't come extensive for a very long time. No should be back ababedru even be a best of no dina. Ya ka say muntunko a VR in as we speak no. They didn't even know where. And I say, how far this implication goes?
Yeah, then I can't say the new.
Hold on.
Going to confuse themselves.
Baby, and show me Farisee, or see Muntunko. So Mutuko, Nasa be on the tent to Hamamo. Nasa should be do tent to one. How would they manage that?
Yeah, but Choviare were technical hands and minds.
Exactly.
Enti onube who say a higher cook also. Enti even if a CD and expectation mubaha enkamo. Enti nkonu mumbe to me create shelters ya. I say all creative.
That is what
because disaster I said you create shelters.
That is what I'm telling you.
Question and say, say 10 million or see wo much more debo. At that time no more farm say, look, you create shelter. Enti mube ko munko ye tumo.
And make sure say shelter na walking. VRA knew say for a whole month before that problem bebano. They knew say this was going to happen. It almost spilling kakra. Events overtaking. Act of God. It was not part of their plan.
Thank you.
It wasn't part of their plan. It don't be any kasi. Ama ajinsem. Ama say ama kubua faso go do baby. Almost see.
So kasa ajinsem there. It means they didn't know.
Yeah.
Or they didn't anticipate.
One baby who need yankumo be china.
No, when you say na Tadia no on a level. And two him say me spell half. And I me spell 4. Level like be kwa ko do.
Na ade be china sa kwa onyankupo level na kwa ko do 5. So then
you should know that a bear affecting Crawford to this limit.
That's what you know.
Technical minds.
Yeah. And I said they started spilling a whole month before.
We know.
But it was more than what they were spilling.
All right, thank you.
Anyone can you control that?
Thank you.
It's not the first majority.
Issues already so over to me.
Because you have done well.
Carlos are confusing who be bring.
I didn't confuse me.
Oh dear, concentrate on sending your message. What do you say? Niame can say VRA goes to tell me know na yete ha. Ye sika nyina na ye esi ya dan. Ye nihwi e wo ye ho. Mo ba be ka kire say nsuo no a mo ba be bie no. Me ne o yampe bebi nkotena hefa. Edua soro. Yankotena he. Yekodru about 13 chiefs met yesterday.
Which means 13 communities in no.
What do you say? 13 chiefs. The DCs, the MPs, no munina ewo. And they were clear in their mind. Say near AC and baby a yede nkrofoyi akototo and their exposure to reptiles. Yeah. These animals also want dry places to stay. Now, all of a sudden in Suaba, so now they are finding their way into the communities and they are living with the people. Into Omuka say, Vice President Kwampo Baye, Ananka Opese Omumbra Hotel or Mankono. Omuka today, Vice President say, Papa, Omampeni, Ebedichi. Yes, Sagle Mehono, Moye na yanka say Beko Akosiesi ho. These were the chiefs talking. And we said that, okay, the exodus, no, yebetimi abuamo. We the Arise Ghana, Accra FM and other people. Inti Yebeko ministry ene ni akokachi almost say we are going to facilitate the exodus of the people from the affected areas to temporary no market na ho. What so no call from na yetimi hu say yebetimi amomo akọ if there is anything not
the demonstration.
Na monya authorization. Communities no almost monya authorization.
Yeah, in times of crisis.
Exodus, you don't need authorization.
Yeah, in times of crisis. Now, mostly they should move to a safe place. No, when who says Agleme is a safe place, no more car. You need authorization to go to a safe place.
Exodus.
You inform. You notify.
Disaster.
Yeah, there cannot be a solution if our state is not willing. You see, declare a state of national emergency. Look, NADMO cannot even supply 2% of the material needs of the people. NADMO is under-resourced.
Other institutions and individuals.
Yeah, but other institutions, no. Carlos, what you are but I know you will go because you can the northern part and other places. I know you will go, but how much is it? Me say and you could do Demive. We had to. Me could do. Yeah, you could see in one of the videos. I had to carry a baby. You could do a come. And they were crying. Hunger.
This thing.
Fetish priest. Hunger. We had to immediately soak the cereals now the coin cereal packages. Cornflakes. We had to do so for the children to be feeding on. Yeah, Ebimu Endru. Some of the islands, as I said, maybe are not yet. Look, I had to say that, look, unfortunately for me, I said, let's sympathize with the women, not sanitary pads in the Yentimin Fabinko. That is how we were able to carry some few sanitary pads.
So, but my question, the island of Yentimin transporting come challenging the
current even in the water, but no, you have to slide the boat this way. So
and the one share your boat in the bed Danny.
Oh, that so no that's air, but the current is high.
Oh, okay, I get it.
And you have to go like this in order to get to the community. It's a lot of risks, a buffer, a lot of wood.
Nsroma is being spilled.
It's being spilled. Into ufa load, no one share ya load no back up. Any boat in back up. So you have to manage. And life jacket be in a new island that is being created by the water. Was there the debris nearby? And I was asking, how come that a life jacket is in this bush? March of the year. So okay. I am terrified. Say I ye be in temtem. Now we are sitting down with this thing and we are talking, and people go and sit down and they want to stay in hotels and invite chiefs to come and talk without going to the ground to go and see. You think that it is ordinary suffering of the people.
I said they were
unfortunately na can say en can lithium no and so your time no aso yen to make can lithium na sem because na me sure
I multi health no so kakra na da asem
yate any time we yate wa kan yate o de ye twa so
ye so ya ho achi hu
of akose
yeah background na amatema ha mo ye
Adekye show no. Unauthorized person giving some highlights on the lease. He said royalty rate has been increased to 10% from the standard 5%, and the state's free carried interest in the mining operation has been increased from 10% to 13%. So see Ghana when see the fire con. Say other countries yes you to me enya royalty rate be 20%, be 30%. Now then here they ain't me nya say bi no.
Yeah. Standard e Ghana ha me amentia say crisis na 5%. And I say
and standard no who standard maybe can some standard as it pertains elsewhere.
No, as your negotiations and regulations and guidelines towards acquiring these things have been fixed. Previously, yes, say na manage Adekye 10%, na 10% grant you another 3% interest account at 13. 13 no, I know they are free, I know you assassinate the money at no into your car. I buy our rights to take another 6% in addition. I know you're equitable. I know you have to think about that.
Also, I know you're equitable.
And you have to at least suffer some debt there. You are 3% in the holding company itself. That company by ni company ni mother company wa bruchiri.
Barari DV.
Good. Only listed on Australian stock exchange and London stock exchange. You were 3% as a 3%.
And we Atlantic Lithium Limited.
Atlantic Lithium no. Yes. You were 3.3% as a 3%.
3% when you have.
Hey, now one was way more. Say a ton of lithium cry at $22,000. So almost $265,000 a year. This money it can bring about 1.5 billion every year.
Couldn't you have gotten a better bargain? And I say we are any best.
Yeah, better bargain is any value addition now. Abuja Prime Minister no Mabona so seriously. He has done so marvelously well. Because one thing I say yeah set it no I be fair box side down here the corner. Ese would be a chemical plant no hanmo at least you be add value be also and sign the accord.
Value bit is
good. Then you lithium here. Mostly lithium no it's supposed to provide green energy and as it's worked towards green energy. We have the batteries. Who for batteries maybe Duracell especially lithium battery they are good. China is the only country in this world that lithium miner two end-to-end production. They had the battery no. Sabina ke pese but yet me and show on kete wese so wa between dia ya na fa battery no within this short time because investment in that is very high and very huge into I drink say what you are going to do is
we are thinking about them that investment is high
yeah say ka so monya and enye nese ni akoye no say ya
na pressure be na die so
pressure there so say pedwuma ama emebunu aye ye pesika e di ahwoman so ye hear a lot of development that we are not getting
it is a value addition na company dey be kan ho ne bi ne say
almost chemical plant wa na omo process and sana omo dey
ebia processes say gold ye tu a ye yi gold ni free anwenim ni aye no into bars enu say processing but bars na apart from that chain ni ade no monye wa ha
na chain e wono so no nto no pa to oyi gold
onye chain
yes you be akoto ingots
this value addition no o say some ka some monye bibia wa ha end to end so much
investment here high say you say
enti one so say value addition be ba enti na person mo say specifically no value addition then no mo de be
then no de count and make sure they have to manufacture to the ingot level before they export say na vacuum for you vacuum for say we say I don't know whether you are aware the anti-crime ma Kaiser be see sadami wa hey was because of the presence of bauxite here in our country now mo ba ye no a omo be see omo je penny omo see dam ni we no omo realize say bauxite omo nya wo Congo purity ni about 50% plus Ghana had the purity of 40% into omo inform say anka yen bauxite no they were bringing a friend say bauxite from Congo because don't see your friend say dam na we but we know omo ya some of the 1 minute and you know what the minister has told them they say 4 months from the date of signing that contract, and therefore the date of start here, sign that contract, they are supposed to come back with a feasibility study of how to put the plant, chemical plant in place. Otherwise, sells lawyer and answer Ben, it to me see chemical plant, but two more processing and somebody accord. We will not allow that to go. And this is the best that could happen to us.
Ben, we start no value addition. Obia Otie interviewer. Company Lithium Limited for Atlantic Lithium Limited any BBC NHS say omo be wash into plant no omo be no omo wash ho and on say na say yensu ni nyina anso galam say ntia say and on say omo the plant ni be si ponem no omo wash ho. I didn't listen to that interview myself but according to Obi Otie interview no ma information so onu tie Atlantic Lithium penino ne BBC for me interview say omobe washing hunti na me say na washing no na ye processing na say obi asema wate I can't really rely on it and I say eno an
we go see chemical plant there washing
yeah I think say we are better off if we don't explore lithium, the enjoy and my future generations are. Omubetimi abeyeno ye amayang. This mediocrity, ye na Carlos wabetna ha. Look, Carlos, Nana Otumika, wabeka anopeyi. Say, we got a paltry 10%.
No, I didn't say that.
Inti,
10%.
Na 5%. Yeah, maybe how. Na 5%. And yeah, they are got 10%.
Yes, and I said, yeah, 13.
Oh, yes, Inti, we have done so well.
Yes.
Libya used to have 17% of their oil resources. 17. Gaddafi made it 77%. And Nunti, from a desert, they became a green country. They constructed dams. And omutumi harvesting so. Say yawo ene na as soon as yawo ewie no ya na our bank account. Na yetua oil resources sika no bi amount ansa na obetumi awonyi. Ya ukwa waria no mama $63,000 as soon as you plan to go and marry. Uye Libya ni na uko school. Na uko school ya. Na school now person on kono se course no ni Libya na okwa abrochiri a omubetua school fees ni nyina ma. In addition to that, you got $2,300 a month as to your stipends. The cost no include your living expenses ni bibia o. No mo asa ma osika $2,300 because they took advantage of their natural wealth from 17%. They went to 77%.
How did it happen?
Yet from 5%, you got 10%. Yes, lithium is one of the most demanded minerals. Says here. What you say? Now, fortunately, the state is not taking advantage to say that taking advantage say Inti obi na aba yamano concession. In the concession ni ama clause 4 months after this, no the feasibility studies eba. Do you know feasibility studies? After now oba say lithium na oba whether it can be processed here or not. So if the feasibility proves that it cannot be processed here, no, what do you do? So the intent may be good.
I don't know more prospecting.
The feasibility should have been concluded on this one.
Correct.
Yeah,
before now,
you know, I feel broken. Look, and now meet your friend Sam Jonah.
Okay.
Then he's asking us to take the vision of Kwame Nkrumah. Then I said and said, you were the head of one of Kwame Nkrumah's projects, Ashanti Gold Mines. What did you do to it? You auctioned it to be knighted. Today, Utumiko Jina catch and say we should take the vision of Kwame Nkrumah when you help collapse one of the visions of Kwame Nkrumah.
Thank you, ma lawyer Nsroma. Where I am Pong.
Yeah, well, the main continue, but I think that I think that I will just associate myself with the Bernard Adekye.
Okay. Why not mine?
No, not yours because I disagree with in terms of
variability.
That is why we are hitting number.
My hitting number. As I say, hitting number. Who monya your position? Then I
am free to believe that your government has become a useless government.
Oh, how?
I'm telling you. Hold on. Most was the in the past and the end this government was evil. That was your worst. It's more than the paper.
Yes.
Correct. More the paper, but so if NDC was doing even 2%, now by 3, what's your
13 or 13%.
Okay.
And your sister,
77% at
77%. There was a process, and I can explain to you.
You want me to do it?
And we can't go through that.
To get to 70%.
Don't go through that.
So, you see,
we can't go through that.
Yeah,
going through that process takes a lot of hours.
Thank you.
I mean, sure, let me go through that process.
Thank you.
They were starting with 17.
Oh, no.
Yes, sir. At the end of the day, be nice. Somebody have a for some kind of money. Obia may we are not in a rush. Okay? We are not in a rush. It's a necessary. One year, some sit for Ghana's interest. Missing will be. I said, "What are you going to say? You need me to see. Why is Ghana interested? Way bond marketing was $11 billion. Bond marketing from 2018 to the year 2021. $11 billion.
Development projects.
Oh yeah. Ask them. They can now COVID is coming on. COVID. Okay, you will see how they misuse funds. It doesn't matter how much money you give them, they will misuse it. They will misuse it. Now, I'm saying, yes, Obama said, Nabanadikin. As soon as I mean, our Maya a year binu Enyan, as soon. And then you can another idea. They are all moving from this, we can say, fuel vehicles to more or less green cars, i.e., electric cars in the idea. Yeah, electric, you will come out, then you can plug your car by the roadside and then charge your car and continue your journey. And I'm going back. This comes from this lithium, yeah, you can once a year. Not in America, dominate Benny, yeah. The oil no difference oil no kwade na bia na yenim ho ade nti na bia sa ba ne atua and the man kese but now we have moved from 2010 to 2030 13 years down the line who kwade I was not going 13%. I knew that you are done
yeah sorry you not for 2007
oh me
I will take you but
I mean come on some how can I meet here what does it now masem ne ya yemma the interest of Ghana leads or must lead in Adebia.
Which is what?
Which is the fact that
no meeting or why?
Thank you. Which is the fact that say oh pray idea am mine no pro mind the man for be nyam for so kase. Yeah say. I be this happen na kase obi nkwa feasibility that mechanical say obi my process na say we do process. Can you imagine? At this stage.
That is Ben saying.
But that's what the story says.
That's what the story
says. They say 4 months after this or mobile feasibility stage no more.
Me was idea again na kai. I'm a commanding them say, oh, you make your company A, B, C, D, and I'm your most friends. When the Ghana was, I was a buying starting push on Incophobia because I said some private judges can join. Then I won't be able to find out the beer. I'm packing a phone to beer. I want more DB comes with my abyssum. I A, B, C. Take the last of your Ibrahim Haman and Uncle, but they have what it takes to do these things in this country.
Yeah.
Okay. They have what it takes to do these things in this country.
Open. Businessman.
I mean, any other person. I mean, it can be any person. It can be the best.
But I mean, you didn't even read the thing well. Also, after 4 months, one from Ghana new company be also
honorable person lawyer be Canadian, semester lawyer now there. Then me wan ko ni bi me da say. Where we?
Yeah,
summarize mami.
Very good. Can we say for nyina bia didi nkomo e wachire. Enti wonni sa abrofo no kwatana se wonni me so o man mu hanu nso no. Ye wo ABC de nkofo ba ko me say wo musu wo capacity no bodi say. Eti ye de mom no ye de say mamo but mamufo no so no anso ohode betima ye no so mo say mom say no mo so ye de afaga na fo so am wo ba ye because ya do we fancy we na expertise na e ba mu dodo at the beginning stage it one new man ho ya kan so mo nka then now we defend say ana wa ya de ntiem ensam because we move from 10 to 13% we na de na wa ye.
Lawyer Chumberry, my NDC communication team member, Bernard Mona, a political activist, Honorable Carlos Kingsley Ayunkra, MP Tema West, OBC MPP Amanyo Kunana Anopei, Yedamwase Papa, then I was in your Erabna Adom Erabna Ofori Ata, Newen Fiedu Bako, Oma Meno Papa Reverend and Mrs. Ofori Ata, and Uncle Lake Jacobna, and my happy birthday. In Terabna Nyami Insha Papa. Speaking note signing of mining lease for Atlantic Lithium. At this juncture, brother, by this time, I need and understand before I can present it to the
I just speak at a press conference. I wanted to read out what the minister and the company are doing.
Azavog Neshe Matadie, Meda Azavog Assessment Pink Mountain, Ghana, any we as a pink month, Azel Amama representing Pacho Frazel 0244155266. Now we are Utimi so the AZ Nails and Beauty. We have Mama Obema Imi Papa Shefata na Eche Emia was 055 3837 055 3837 Pacho nyame ado ochina Adekye show ma besi aba mi dide ma mi akrama ya kramo